Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Humble here, bringing you a brand new upload, and today we're going over how to improve your mechanics fast. First, I'm going to start this video off by going over building, then we're going to transition to editing for the second half, and we're going to finish it off with my best tips for aim, man. We're going to go over the 3 parts of mechanics today. It's going to be an amazing video. Just make sure you drop a sub, man, with the noties on. If it does go on to help you, road to 50,000 subs, guys. We're literally a day or 2 out, 50K Humble. Let's get it, baby. And also make sure you guys drop a follow on my Twitch if you haven't already. I'll be live streaming over there every single day. Link is in description. But without further ado, let's get into this video, man. All right, guys, the first major tip that I have for you to improve your building mechanics fast is actually going to be getting back to the fundamentals every single day. Guys, I really have found that in zone wars, in an end game arena, when you're trying to take height, any high pressure situation where you're actually facing off against somebody, right? You're not just free building. This is when you actually get tested and you're going to fall back to whatever you are most consistent with, right? So this means that you're not going to be trying to pull off, or at least I hope you're not going to be trying to pull off moves that you're very inconsistent with. You're only going to be able to pull off a move under pressure that you have down perfectly. So basically what I'm saying is, under the pressure, right? Under the lights, in the moment, you're not going to be able to do the craziest thing you can do once or twice when you're free building, or every other time when you're free building. You're going to fall back to whatever you can do 90 to almost 100% of the time. That's why it is so important to find a couple move sets for building that are your bread and butter, your go-to. You can do them every single time. You practice them for 30 minutes to an hour every day. And like I've said before, it is very important to try new things and practice new things as well to push out of your comfort zone. But you guys need to have 3-4 retake techniques down perfect that work well, they protect well. And I can also make a video on mine, but it doesn't really matter. It's whatever's comfortable with you, whatever skill level you're at, and you have to be able to do them with your eyes closed, guys. This is so important if you want to be known as a good builder and somebody who can retake height consistently in the zone wars, in the end game scrims, somebody that your teammates can rely on to get height. It is so important that you learn how to cuck well, all these types of things, right? But what I'm trying to say here is you are going to fall back to whatever you are most consistent with, right? You're going to fall back to whatever you have down perfect in the heat of battle. And that's why it's so important to have a good 3-4 retakes down that you can do in your sleep, man. Have them down perfect. And like I said, it doesn't really matter how advanced these retakes are. It's all about whatever you can do personally, you consistently, because that's what you need is consistency. I would rather you do easier retakes and hit them every single time, even if they're slightly less effective or even decently less effective, than you going for a 50-50 to getting hit, not protecting, doing things that are too difficult for you at this time. Find something in your comfort zone and master it for your toolbox. All right, guys, the next tip that I want to talk about to improve your building is something that's a little confusing, so listen closely. I have noticed that so many players, when something doesn't go right or they get coned off or floored off when trying to retake high ground, they freeze or get caught flat-footed, and it takes them a few seconds to recover and figure out what to do. This is the perfect way to not get high ground. You have to get to a place with whatever retake set that you do, like we were talking about, whatever your 4 or 5 retakes you decided are your go-to, you have to be fast. Boom, boom, boom. You have to keep going. The best way to retake height is to be very aggressive and to continue with your retake flurry. But here is the other side to that. I see so many people doing retakes that are not good enough to get height. They're not going fast enough with pace, and you just keep cranking height. The other person keeps holding you on height, and basically you just run out of mats. You just keep battling yourself until somebody either chops you down or you die from getting high grounded, like the other person's holding you. So you guys need to find a balance to this, but I promise you, the person who's hesitating and getting caught every single time they get walled off, they take a few seconds to calculate themselves, and they're not just going, playing very aggressive, playing very confident. You're not going to get high ground without that confidence, without that aggression with your move retake set, man. But let's get into the next section of this video, and that is going to be editing. All right, guys, and the first major thing that I want to talk about as far as the editing mechanic goes is to think about it like a setup. So editing sets up your first shot in a fight, okay? So it's not really about the speed of your edit. Yes, that does have some play, but the most important thing is the technique you're using. Is it a good right hand peek? Is it a good angle? Is this a smart edit where I'm not going to be trading for a ton of damage? Basically, whenever you guys are in a fight in arena, it is a half and half combination between the edit edit that you do to set up your shot, and then your aim itself. And the worse edit you do, the better your aim is going to have to be to recover and win that trade. The better edit you do to set up what happens next, where you go to shoot the player, the better that edit is, the safer it is, the better high percentage trade it is, the less your aim has to be perfect on a longer scale. So you guys really need to take your time and think about the edit before you take it. Is this a good trade? Is this a good position to be putting myself in? And you guys need to practice just like with the building so you can default to your editing and hit your edits every time. Now, what that means is you don't have to be able to do crazy piece control Kyle stuff every time. It means you need to be able to hit your basic peaks and mongrel classics consistently. Guys, look, that is the best way to improve your building and editing mechanic, is just to be able to pick out 4 to 5 moves that you can do every single time with your eyes closed, regardless of skill level. I will hammer this home in this video. I think it is so important that you guys stop looking at what other people are doing and you just focus on your own level, because we're all at a different place. But if you are trying to push yourself too hard to go do crazy stuff like you're seeing Reet do, and just players that are at the highest level in the game, and you are doing those things at 30 and 40% success rates, 20% success rates, you are not going to have good, consistent mechanics. Consistency is king with mechanics, guys, so you really need to hammer that through your head. Do what you can do every time, not what you see pros do every time. Do something that you guys can hit like that under pressure in the moment. That is the best way to improve your mechanics, is to focus on those things. All right, guys, the next thing that I want to talk about that is super slept on for fast editing and just having your editing mechanics be really good for arena and zone wars is to practice tunneling in creative daily for 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes, depending on how much time you have. Tunneling is a super underrated skill gap mechanic, right? Now, the real key is to be able to tunnel under pressure when you're getting sprayed either in zone wars or arena. And if you can tunnel back when people are taking your walls, if you're on higher ping, which I will get into in another video, if you have the ability to maneuver left and right, not just up and down, right? You can tunnel back and use your editing really efficiently to get through that stuff. It is going to be such an advantage for rotating and just overall really help you in trios especially. So for that, I would really recommend you guys practice every day. Tunneling is super forgotten about right now since it's been out for a while, and a lot of people haven't been working on the new tunneling mechanics that are in the game, which I can also do a video on. But yeah, now let's get into the aiming side of this mechanical tutorial. I hope so far this video is helping you, but let's get into aiming and things that I think are really important to focus on when it comes to the aim, baby. All right, so the first thing that I want to cover as far as aim is concerned is really how mental it actually is. Now, I have really started to realize this over the last couple months because I've been playing a ton of arena recently, and I really struggled at first. I would piece somebody, I would box somebody really well, and I just was having tons of trouble finishing kills, basically. I was losing aim trades even after playing all of the edits right. I was just losing all these trades, and I was getting super angry. And also, this was really hurting my confidence, so then I wasn't doing as much editing as I knew I could. I wasn't making those big plays or getting in the box really nice. Like, basically, I wasn't capitalizing on all of my editing skill and my building skill because I wasn't confident with my aim. It hinders everything. Aiming is like that one thing that sneaks up on you. You forget about it. You don't really train it that much. You're so worried about the flashy stuff, and then you're not finishing kills consistently. You're not capitalizing on shots. You're not hitting AR shots before a fight starts. It's all so important. So here's a couple big tips to improve your aim and your confidence overall. So the first thing, number one, you guys need to be really good at getting first shot accuracy. I have become kind of a pro at this. This is something that I do really well in arena and in zone wars, is I am making sure that I set my feet when I shoot, and I'm also being very patient with my first shot. A lot of people will take that first opportunity that they have and maybe get one tag in from range, and then that person's building and you guys are in the fight. If it is at all possible, try to be patient and get 66 damage, 2 AR tags or a body snipe. Both of these options are going to lead to you guys winning 60, 70, 80% more of your 50-50s when it actually comes down to the fight, especially if that player doesn't have extra shields for a 50 pot or a slurpfish or something along those lines. And the next major thing that I recommend you guys practice every single day to get that aim getting really solid is actually aim dueling. I've talked about this in my videos before. I really think it is the best way by far to become confident with SMG tracking, tack shots, whatever gun you guys want to use. And now you can actually do aim duel fill with a random person, so you always have have somebody to play against, it is definitely the best way to build up your aim confidence, and that is the real key to it all. So yes, aim duel is actually improving your aim, but it is also improving your confidence every single day. That's why I recommend you do it before you play any arena, any zone wars. Make it a daily habit, just like you brush your teeth. If you guys put in the work in aim duel for 6 months, right, every single day, 20-30 minutes, you are going to be a baller by the end of that. That will probably change your gameplay more than anything else I could recommend to you here today, because yes, you can have the edits, yes, you can have the builds, you can piece somebody up, but if you're not finishing your Ks, bro, and you're not feeling confident when you hop in the arena, you are not going to be able to perform consistently. And I'm going to end this video off with that, man. I really hope that these tips, this insight was helpful to you. If it was at all, please consider dropping a sub to your boy Humbo. About to hit 50K, baby. We have a new team announcement soon as well, so excited for that. But I love you guys. I hope this video was helpful truly, and I appreciate y'all, and I am out, baby. Peace.